Hello everybody and welcome back to Danganronpa Trigger Happy Havoc. My name is Kieran, aka AciaranB, and when we last left off, well, Junko turned out to be A, not dead, and B, kind of weird, honestly, but that's kind of par for the course with literally everybody else in this game, I guess. So, dude, do you ever think Junko's stale after all the things you've seen so far? Stable, yeah. Stream seems so cool. I think some cooks in milk. Ah, you're welcome to the Poppy. Welcome to the stream. Sit back, relax, and enjoy. And thanks for saying that. Whoa, make me feel all warm and fuzzy. Anyway, let's continue. How can you talk like that?
You sacrificed your own sister. How does that not even bother you?
What? I sacrificed her? That's what's got you so hot under the collar?
Hey, thanks for the follow, puppy.
Sure are scary. We were the ultimate despair, you know? So we never had any kind of hope or expectations. Nope.
Thanks for the follow.
Despair
Really appreciate
as
it.
long as I can remember.
The cookies
Like I
were
never should have
all
been
made
born
by
at
Junko.
all. When I was born, I cried tears of total despair. So that's why for us, it's not a big deal whether we die or kill.
Uh-huh. I'm sure
We're
it
just
wasn't a big
those
deal for
kinds of
her, too, huh?
people. We can do
I
anything.
love it.
We've always been filled with
Chainsaws back in
despair.
action, boys.
So when we do something, we go all the way and live without regret. So you just murdered your own sister and didn't think anything of it?
That's pretty
That's
hard.
not true at all. We were twins. How could I not be sad? That's
Why does she have
it gets me
mushrooms
so
in her hair now?
excited.
Huh?
Killing my precious sister with my own two hands. That act is filled with so much despair. You can't help but put a super in front of it. It's like super, 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 super despair. No, more than that. Super, 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 super despair.
I wonder if that's the exact same amount of
It
supers.
just feels so good.
What
And
the
she's a
hell
complete
is
and total
wrong
sadist.
with you?
Seriously, her and
my
Jill are
sister
two peas in a
too.
pod.
In that moment of death, I think she must have felt that despair. After all, to be murdered by your own sister, and only as an example to someone else,
Such a person
she
acted
must
the
have
fans
died
grew out of
feeling
her hair.
such excruciating hopelessness. I'm so jealous of her. Super jealous.
I knew you couldn't be just some ordinary person. You're some kind of abnormality.
You're one to talk.
Turning your own despair into some kind of fetish. Abnormality doesn't even begin to describe it.
Like, Genocide Jill is crazy for sure, but this is a whole nother level of nuts!
Yeah, honestly, I
You're
feel like
saying I don't compare to some lowly beast that can only kill the weak, right?
to be fair, I feel like this would be a lot more impactful if Jill wasn't in the game. Because it is kind of just Jill 2.0, which is a little bit disappointing, honestly. But I don't know. Maybe she'll surprise me yet. She did surprise me to begin with.
So I'm hopelessly attractive, hopelessly brilliant, hopelessly athletic. I'm the hopelessly perfect ultimate
What kind of
human.
content do you make?
No.
I play
I don't
video
think
games.
There's anything perfect
Any video
about
games.
anything you just said.
Like literally any video games, pretty much.
Master's way more perfect. Because on top of everything else, he's got that noble blood.
Huh? Don't you mean had that noble blood?
What did you just say? What do you mean by that?
You still haven't figured that part out yet? Man, you guys are so slow! You haven't even solved all the mysteries, and yet here you are, yapping away!
Are you talking
Well, at
about
least
our
we're out of
names?
Uwu Junko then, anyway.
You've already solved this mystery, right? I'm the killer, so how about the next one? Maybe you should solve the riddle of your missing memories. Then you can start gloating.
Now
Damn
we get into
straight.
the hard part.
That's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to solve all these mysteries. And then we'll have our victory.
Yeah, I honestly have no idea
I can't
how to
wait.
prove that,
Alright,
but
then let's just get straight to the point. What memories did you steal
Seriously,
from
and this
us?
whole trial just feels like a huge shitpost.
When the group pictures were taken, and those interviews, it must mean...
Is it a bigger
I
shitpost or a
got it.
smaller
It
shitpost
must
than the
have
ending
something do
to
with our entrance exams.
Metal Gear Rising?
No fair! At least give us a hint!
Your brains are like sponges, all drippy and leaky. I already gave you a hint before. All the memories you lost share something in common with a few other things. Do you recall?
Thinking back to what Monokuma's told us, the memories that were stolen from us and what they must be related to. The motives Monokuma came up with? Yes? It's not the class trials. It's not the founding, so it must be this.
I got it! You're talking about the
my
motives you
brain's a
provided to
Junko
try
peanut.
and get us to kill each other, right?
Kara can help us fully
So
figure
you
out what
do
I mean.
remember after all. Well, I would hope you wouldn't forget something so important. It was stupid of me to even ask. I apologize from the bottom of my heart for my bad manners.
I absolutely
So then,
take
Let me
your
ask
apology
you another
and
question.
go ahead.
Did you notice that each motive I presented you had a specific theme to it?
Theme?
Yep, you got it. So that's my question to you all.
Spare?
When Sayaka was murdered, what was the theme of the motive I presented?
Despair was probably the theme for the first one. Monokuma gave us those DVDs. On my DVD was footage of my family. On Sayaka's was her and her friends. They had a dream they all shared. So for the first murder, the motive we were given was national relations, human connections.
I got it!
Yes.
The driving force behind the motive you presented us with at that point was human connections.
Ding, ding, ding. You got it. Remember those DVDs I gave you guys? Each video showed the total destruction of your most important relationships.
Ah, and Baka's was
For
his
example,
family disowning him or something?
your family. For example, your friends. I ruined all those relationships and showed you the results. It was to motivate your desire to escape and kickstart your urge to kill.
Huh.
But still, what a cruel thing to do.
Played college ball, you know.
You're the one that did it!
Yes, well, I'm perfectly happy to accept your disapproval.
Okay!
Oh,
Time for
not
the next
Uwu Junko,
question.
no!
So, what was the theme for the second motive?
That was the money, wasn't it? That's when you got those weird envelopes from Monokuma. Oh, I used to. Oh, right, the embarrassing one. Right, the pass. Yep.
I got it!
But switching Armstrong with
was
Junko.
Our past, right?
With your rising ending makes it
Yay!
even more of a
Makoto
shit.
got it right again!
As long as she's
That's
still
right,
Jacko
the theme
pose.
was
The game's so much better than the anime. I haven't seen the anime. Can't tell you.
And the whole reason Mondo did what he did was to protect his secret.
So, how long do you plan on dragging this out?
Relax, relax. Okay, on to the next
don't want to,
question.
Junko.
So, what was the motive for the third murder?
That was the money. The theme for the third murder was... The reason Celeste turned to murder was she wanted to buy a European castle and live there with a bunch of handsome men. So that time, the motive for murder was greed.
I got it!
Haven't seen the game.
It was money, wasn't it? Greed.
Fair enough, Bobby.
Seek
Fair
and
enough.
destroy! Hell yeah, you got it again!
Get her out of here.
Goddamn
Be
straight
gone.
it was money! Celeste killed Hifumi and Taka for a little personal gain. Her greed led to all kinds of death and destruction.
What's the point of all this? Why are you making us go through this case by case?
Don't worry, sweet cheeks. Just one more to go. Now, can you tell me the motive behind crazy-ass Sakura's crazy-ass death?
The motive in the case of Sakura's death was revenge. I had to do a Monokuma exposing Sakura's secret. So the theme mode for fourth case was betrayal.
I got it!
Yes.
In her case, it was betrayal.
Precisely. You see,
Seriously, where did she suddenly, where did she
once I
even get those
revealed
mushrooms?
Sakura's betrayal, that led to everything that came afterwards. Anyway, it looks like you answered all of my questions correctly. How painfully delightful.
But what's the point? What meaning is there in asking those questions now?
Relationships? Secrets? Money? Betrayal? These are all pretty standard motives, right? The most normal of normal. Totally middle of the road.
But of course, those aren't the only motives that exist in this world. In fact, there are as many reasons to kill as there are people on Earth. They compel humans to kill each other, bringing despair to the world. This is what we refer to as the seed of despair.
Seed of despair?
Just as water, air, and food promote growth in living things, the seed of despair also needs nourishment.
Yeah,
And that
she's probably my
nourishment
favorite as well.
is hope. Despair can grow only in the presence of hope. Two sides of the same coin, divided by a razor-thin line. Such is hope and despair.
How much
No, I
longer
think
is
it was
this
different
stupid
personas.
speech of
Okay.
yours?
Cause
Weren't we
she's
discussing our missing
nuts and
memories?
theatrical,
Why are you trying
I
to
guess?
change the subject?
If you would listen, you would see I'm not changing the subject. We are discussing your memories.
Skirt is.
What I'm trying to say is, the seed of despair is closely tied to your own memories.
How so?
You see, by taking away your memories, I gave you hope. Of course, that hope merely existed to be consumed by despair.
How could taking away someone's memories give them
Shorten
hope?
my lifespan.
And plus, you haven't given us any hope anyway.
Ah, yeah, that makes sense, Con.
Is that
makes sense.
so?
She gets bored of her own
All you've
actions.
been
She
able to think
switches
about
it
during
up
your
constantly.
time here is how to escape,
Hmm.
right? The mere fact that that's what you want proves I gave you hope.
What are you talking about?
If none of you wanted to escape this school, the killings never would have taken place. That is why we took your memories, so that you would have the desire to leave.
The only reason we want to leave is because you took our memories. Is that what
Oh.
you're saying?
So post-apocalyptic wasteland kind of thing.
Correctamundo!
Which means if we did have our memories, then we wouldn't want to leave. Do I understand that right?
What? Why the hell would having our memories make us not want to leave?
A most troubling thought, isn't it? But it's not enough. I want more distress, more despair. I put so much effort into creating hope in order to feed your despair and make it grow. So, just like Crazy Eddie slashing his prices and passing the savings on to you, let me give you a hint. Huh? Really?
Then hurry up and tell us.
Okie dokie. Like they say, seeing is believing. I'd like for you to see the outside world.
The outside world.
You mean the world beyond the school walls?
So
I don't think I
something
can
really
take it,
did
man.
happen out there.
I don't think I can take it.
Now are you interested in what I have to say? You wanna see
These
what's
the walls
out
are my
there?
friend. The walls are my friend.
Ooh, I wanna see too. See your faces sink into despair. Now then, open sesame! Behold, the world beyond the school walls! This is the
Okay.
outside
Have
world
a
you've
good
all
day,
been so
Poppy.
anxious to claw your way
Enjoy
back
what you're doing.
into.
See you later. We're here for you. Okay, dude. All right. So, yeah. I wasn't expecting that.
Dangerous. The world has grown so very dangerous. That's what this means.
What are you talking about? None of this makes any sense!
What am I looking at?
This is a scene from a movie or something, right?
What you just saw, all of you should recognize it.
We should recognize it. You know I had to do it. Terrorism is funny, right? This whole thing is insane.
That world is locked away within the memories that were taken from you. If you can't remember, please just try. Do your best to try and recall.
Better kick your brain in the ass, because it's up to that gray lump whether you live or die. I don't remember ain't a fucking excuse no more, because now it's time for the final class trial!
Oh boy. Okay. Make your argument. Genocide Jack's memory, photo of Kyoko and Headmaster, group photo. Okay.
Come on, bitches! Remember or die! What the fuck happened outside?
You want us to remember or whatever, but when it comes to that crazy confusing video you showed us, I don't understand a damn thing!
What's the meaning of the footage we saw? Is this another one of your practical jokes?
I mean, you're telling us to remember, but what am I supposed to be remembering?
Nobody can remember anything. This is the end for all of us. What other choice do we have?
Okay. I didn't... If I can't remember, is it all over? I mean, how can she show me something so completely incomprehensible and then just say, remember? Every single one of us has lost their memory. It really is hopeless after all. No, wait, there's a chance that she hasn't forgotten.
Come
Oh.
on, bitches! Remember or die!
Kyoko and the
What the
Headmaster.
fuck happened outside?
You want us to remember or whatever, but when it comes to that crazy confusing video you showed us, I don't understand a damn thing!
What's the meaning of the footage we saw?
Footage we saw.
Is this another one of your practical jokes?
I mean, you're telling us to remember, but what am I supposed to be remembering?
Nobody can remember
there it is.
anything.
Oh, it's not that one, though. Show me whatever you want. I don't remember anything. Okay. Group photo, then? Maybe? These nuts
Come
happened
on,
outside.
bitches! Remember or die!
Are you nutting outside?
What the fuck
Don't do that.
happened outside?
Group
You want us
photo.
to remember or whatever, but
Oh, wait,
when it
no,
comes
hang
to that
on.
crazy,
Genocide Jack.
confusing video you
Oh,
showed
that's
us,
actually clever. That's funny. I like that.
I don't understand a damn thing!
What's the meaning
That's
of
actually
this
very
another one?
clever.
I mean, what am I supposed to be remembering?
Nobody can remember anything.
We do a little troll.
wrong.
Okay. That's very
Actually,
clever.
She might remember.
Who might remember?
The other Toko. Genocide Jack.
What?
The two of them share certain kinds of knowledge, but their memories aren't linked, right?
I see. If their memories are separate, then
I
even
couldn't
if
hear that
one personality's forgotten,
Oh.
there's a chance the other may still have those memories.
What do you say, Toko?
Are you telling me to swap places with her? No! Absolutely not! That'd be like
Been
forfeiting
doing
my
it on
entire
and off the
identity.
entire game.
Toko, you're the only one we can rely on now.
She immediately sneezes.
It's me, your friendly neighborhood serial killer. Boy, she just gave in like it was nothing.
I'm going to ask you a question, and I want to have it answered immediately. Do you know anything about this video?
Huh? What video?
The video that's playing right now.
Who the hell are you?
Oh, I'm the mastermind.
Oh, nice to meet you.
Yeah.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah,
too.
knew to go on
That's
like a house
enough.
on fire.
Just look at the stupid
Cool how
screen.
they actually managed to bring everybody for the end,
Aye, aye,
including
Roger, you
Jill.
got it, Captain.
Yeah, know anything about this? Jill, my girl?
Well, does it look familiar?
I don't have all the details, but
Yeah.
of course it does!
Then you
Peter
remember all
Parker
the stuff
something.
it's showing?
Of course I do!
So you didn't lose your memory after all.
Huh.
Then why didn't you say something earlier? I only answer questions when someone bothers to ask me. I'm the quiet type, you know?
Mass murder is the quiet
Oh my
type.
god,
Yep.
she's the worst liar in the world.
More importantly, if you really do remember, what is it?
Huh? What's the matter, Master? Do you really not remember the tragedy?
A tragedy?
Oh no! You seriously forgot? Maybe I can help you remember with a kiss.
Just answer the question. What happened out there?
Ooh.
Well, I can't really
Mass
say
is
if it
starting to
happened or if it's still happening.
lose its temper.
But it was the biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history.
Oh yeah, just that. It was just that.
Why is that phrase
still
coming
going
up
on.
now?
It's all because of that event. What is? Are you serious? I'm talking about the way the world is now.
Is
That it be?
The world's been destroyed, get it?
That is how it be.
Destroyed?
Explain yourself. Tell us everything you know.
Copy that, darling. Okay,
joking.
so this
People
big,
are actually
awful,
so
tragic
justified.
event, they started
They're
just
like,
calling
this
it the
is a bit
tragedy,
trivial.
happened about a year ago. It was so big and so bad that even this murderous fiend went pale at the sight of it.
I find that highly unlikely.
I
Sorry.
guess you could say what happened was man-made. But it was more on the level of a worldwide natural disaster.
The attack
Either
of the
way,
Monokumas.
there's no doubt that it was the biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history. And as a result, in basically no time flat, the world turned out the way it did, and that's that.
that's all there is to it? Come on! There wasn't a single concrete description in there!
Well, it just so happens I don't know any of the specifics. Miss Morose saw it all play out in real time, so why don't you ask her?
We already did, and she didn't know anything. That's why we're asking you.
I couldn't live up to Master's expectations!
When you try to be
To
like-
die! To die! This is the true tragedy!
Okay, that's enough of your little lover's quarrel. Whatever happened, it doesn't matter at this exact point in time, right?
I guess not.
The end justifies the means. Everything serves the outcome. In other words,
In other words, you're about to die,
the
aren't
world
you?
has ended. That's the important thing.
You said that you'd execute yourself
How
if
could the
you
world
figured
just
it all out,
end?
yeah?
It's
We figured
it's
it
the
all out.
world.
Calm
Ah.
down. It's okay. There's no need to panic. Every living person will be dead in 100 years anyway. So the world ending isn't that big a deal.
Oh, come on. Now you're just being ridiculous.
Well, as long as we're being ridiculous, I have another ridiculous story to tell you. It's the story of the Togami Corporation, which has given Byakuya's life all its meaning.
Oh, really?
What?
Not so funny, Joko,
did you
when
say?
somebody else plays your part, huh?
I'm glad to see you took the bait. You bit into it like a middle-aged secretary at an all-you-can-eat cake buffet.
Hey, cake buffets are delicious.
Hey,
As are many
so,
middle-aged
what do you
secretaries.
think happened to the Togami family?
Hmm. Choices. Ah, wow. I think I'm. It's between these two, I think. Although this one does have its merits. I think I'm gonna have to go with option number 1.
Correct. Well done, peasant.
But
Thank you. I tried
I
hard
didn't
on
say
that one.
anything yet.
I just got so fucking bored waiting. I couldn't help it.
Sorry, jeez.
Even if you're wrong, eventually you'll figure it out, right? Till then, you're just going in circles.
This one's really different. Yeah. It had me
No
stunned
matter
for a
what
second.
You get the right answer. Pretty innovative, don't you think?
Yeah. Oats.
But do you think it might be a disease? Getting bored so easy, I mean. Do you think I might be sick?
Absolutely.
Anyway, like I was
Absolutely.
saying,
Go see a doctor.
Byakuya's entire lineage has been totally annihilated.
What? What the hell are you talking about?
I can confirm that his entire family has died. Even the distant relatives. The Tagami name has perished.
Huh. It's 9
Stop with
pounds
these
together, right?
idiotic jokes.
Sob? And said with such authority. A peasant would dare challenge us? The avatar of divine punishment? You must learn your place, peasant. You are no longer the ultimate affluent progeny.
They couldn't possibly be gone. The Togami family is destined to guide the world.
Hell, there is no world anymore, remember? It got fucked a full year ago.
Hold on. That doesn't make any sense.
Huh? I don't make sense.
There's no way that happened a year ago.
Why not?
I mean, we only came to this school a few weeks ago.
Dude, you're forgetting about the memories thing. What the hell?
If some kind of world-ending
Joker,
event
you're not
happened
a
a
queen,
year
no matter
ago,
what the fandom is saying.
then how do you explain the totally normal world we were living in up till then?
Well, probably because you stayed at the school for a year.
Ooh, have you considered the possibility that you're mistaken about that?
Mistaken?
Well, if I'm understanding you right, it sounds like you think the tragedy happened a year before you arrived here.
It was actually a year after you arrived here.
I mean, like he said, we
Rare
just
instance
got
of
here a few
emotional
weeks
buffer.
ago. A few weeks ago? Ooh, I get it. You're saying that what happened 2 years ago actually happened more recently, right? Huh?
Yeah,
2
saw that
years
one
ago?
come.
Well, I mean, you guys all started attending Hope's Peak Academy 2 years ago.
Wait, what? 2 years ago? What does that mean?
What the hell is this chick trying to say?
I understand why you'd have trouble accepting it, but in the end, you can't deny the truth. And the truth is, everything is cause and effect. Deny that, and you may as well give yourself up to God. So, you must surely understand all the hints I've given you so far, right?
Most of them, yeah.
What are the memories I took from you?
Our time at this
Now,
school.
answer us. Answer with all your heart and soul.
What's bothering me is what happened the year after
I just don't know what's going on
the
anymore.
incident. Still, we have to answer somehow. If we don't, everything ends right here. The memories that were stolen from us. If what Junko says is true, if we first came here 2 years ago, but the rest of us only remember getting here within the last few weeks or so. So the memories she took from us, our life at Hope's Peak.
I got it! If we accept that what you
More
say is
hiding.
true,
You're a hero.
then we've all lost our memories of the last 2 years after coming to this school.
Nope. Nope. No, no, no. Nope. No. I mean, no matter what anyone says.
Call Junko her kindness together.
Another correct answer. Well done, peasant.
Seriously? This routine again?
We've lost 2 years worth of memories?
Firewall, I do not
That's
appreciate
right.
puns
You
in my
already
chat.
spent 2 full
Alright.
years here at Hope's Peak Academy.
Only I'm allowed
And
to
that
say the
entire
puns
period
here.
of time is precisely what you've forgotten.
I don't remember the last 2 years of my life.
Yeah.
That's not possible.
Congratulations, you're like 23 or something now. I want to think that too. I don't want to believe it. But that's nothing but our desire. I don't want to believe. I want it to be impossible. But if it's the truth, then we have to accept it. Oh boy. The skeleton in the box. Locker, pocketbook, group photo, headmaster's e-handbook.
2
years worth of memories.
I could never lose something like that.
We've been living here for 2 years? Hell no! That's impossible! I mean, I haven't gone to any awesome school events or anything! Heck, I've never even gone to a single class!
Oh, there you go.
This is all just surreal.
Plus, if 2 years have passed...
Hang on a second. Which one is it? It is the Locker Notebook? Yeah, Notebook, not Pocketbook. Okay.
How freaking old am I?
True. It is the...
Everyone's so conflicted.
Are they all legal now? Oh, it doesn't say his age. Oh, it doesn't say their age. So, yes. I think. Maybe. I don't know. I don't want to believe it, but I know there's evidence that reveals the time as students we lost.
2
Yeah.
years worth of memories.
I could never lose something like that.
We've been living here for 2 years? Hell no! That's impossible!
He's almost as old as I am
mean,
at this point.
I haven't gone to any awesome school events or anything! Heck, I've never even gone to a single class!
Boom!
No,
Done.
that's wrong.
Okay. I've never even been to a single class. That's me in the first year of
Hero,
university.
There's something I'd like
Yeah,
you to
that's me
take
in
a
all
look
4
at.
years of university.
This notebook right here.
Huh? Hey, why is my name written on it?
I
Been
found it
5
in the
years,
locker room on the
technically.
2nd floor. If you don't mind, could you take a look inside?
Sure, whatever you want. But I've never seen this notebook before in my life.
Wizza, is something wrong?
Nope.
It's kinda
Everything's fine.
similar. No, even more than that. This is absolutely my handwriting, without a doubt.
Do you think you could recognize your own
But how is
handwriting?
this? I don't remember ever writing in this thing.
I don't think I could.
No, no way.
It looks like you actually did attend class here at Hope's Peak.
To be fair, my handwriting is more like
But
an
somehow,
estimation
You
of my
forgot
handwriting.
all about it.
Was it?
Lies. It's all one big lie.
I don't want to believe it either. But there's also no explanation for this pocketbook.
There are
And
two.
whose pocketbook is that?
Yeah, that's what it said in there.
It's mine. And the handwriting inside is also mine. There's no doubt about it. But just like Hero, I have no memory of ever writing in it.
And the reason for that is the 2 years of missing memories?
After seeing all the evidence, do you have any choice but to acknowledge the truth?
Isn't it just so desperately dark? The mystery's solved, but it's like a goddamn funeral in here.
What's
Shit, man, I've never been to a funeral. Hell yes!
2 years of school life. How many moments of blossoming youth have you missed out on? How many fun classes? How many school events? This was your chance to build lasting friendships, right? And
Lasting
on top of
friendships in
that,
high school.
something
That's a
tragically
myth.
sad happened 1 year ago. The biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history. Right before everyone's eyes, the world came crashing down. You absorbed all that despair, but then you forgot it all. And once you'd forgotten, you made the choice
Jules
to
is just
subject
over there
yourselves to this
vibing.
killing game.
It's like, yeah, this is my
Oh,
shit, man.
And there's
This
one
is my
other
shit.
thing.
Oh,
To
Aki,
be
pick up
even
the...
more precise,
What's
names you
that?
asked were
Don't call me Aki,
Actually,
call me
never
Hero,
mind.
please.
I'm bored. Explaining stuff is boring.
That.
We are bored of this world. Everyone always talks big, declaring all the great things they'll do. But then they always fizzle out. This world is just so desperately fucking boring!
What are you talking about?
In a way, I'm jealous of all of you. To give yourself over so completely to such stimulating despair.
Yeah, so figure out the rest for yourselves! I'm sick of expositioning all this shit!
Figure out what?
Figure out where your memories come apart. That's at the heart of all of this.
I'll watch Scary Movie again now. I should watch Scary Movie again. Where our memories come apart. Is she talking about the moment where we must have lost our memories? I can only think of one time, just after I set foot in the main hall for the first time, and that was at the entrance ceremony. I only saw Scary Movie once, like the series of Scary Movie once, but that was many years ago. At the entrance ceremony. No, when I fainted.
I got it!
Yes.
The moment I lost my memories. I can't think of any time other than that day.
Hey, Rosanna. I think you might be a bot.
When I
bot
first
made
came
by
to the
Bartek,
gates of
maybe.
the school and stepped foot in the main hall.
Weird.
When I passed out, I was overcome with a strange sensation.
Wow, you still have enough spirit to keep on talking, huh? So I don't know much about the details, but it seems like everyone remembers passing out, right? And your sense of time got all messed up because of the memory loss after that? I guess it must have been something like that.
Yeah.
After I passed out, I woke up in a classroom with my head on a desk. I assumed not much time had passed since I'd collapsed in the main hall.
Yeah, I mean, you're still wearing the same hoodie, so.
2 whole years had gone by.
I wonder if he was wearing that the
reason it
entire
felt
2
so
years.
short was because our memories of the time in between had been completely removed.
Hoodies and jeans. You
got
don't
it,
need to watch
honey.
either of them.
2 years
Ever.
of memories? Poof! Gone! Which means, of course,
When everyone met for the first time, it wasn't actually for the first time. Unaware of this fact, you took the time to introduce yourselves to each other, but
But by that point, we'd already spent 2 years together at the school. That's what those photos reveal, isn't it?
Yep, that's what they reveal. You were all such close friends. You spent 2 years together, and then you started killing each other. And it was all so you could escape into a world that's already been annihilated.
I gotta say,
What a
this is pretty
terribly
messed up.
tragic tale. Even if you left now, there's nothing you could do to fix it.
You're the one who set things up to be like this!
I love you all so much.
What?
Once your school life here began, I thought about you constantly. It's only natural that I would fall in love.
So, since I love you guys so much, I'll tell you all about it. All about the idea we came up with as the ultimate despair. Our plan to bring despair to all mankind.
The ultimate despair? All mankind.
Let's go back in time 2 years, okay? Back to when everyone first came to this school. School life during that first year overflowed with hope and happiness. Oh boy, it was just the worst. Everyone was enjoying themselves so much. You were all having the time of your lives.
But that couldn't last forever, of
I
course.
live in a box knowing people
peacefulness
you care
only
about
made it
died or
through that
literally
first
go to hell
year.
outside. Hmm.
Because after that, an event unfolded that hammered a soul-crushing despair into all of humanity. The biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history. The tragedy.
I thought she was bored of
All too
expositioning.
soon, the world's days of peace came to a bloody end. And as you can imagine, the school was no exception. The tragedy even made its way here, leading to the extermination of most of the students.
What are you?
Hmm? What do you mean?
The most tragic event in human history, and the ultimate despair that caused it. I can't believe it's all because of just you and Mukuro. Was it some kind of organization? An angry mob? An incredibly motivated family?
You have a point. If I had to describe it, I'd say it was none of those. How can I put it? It was more of an ideological thing. Despair is contagious, you know. It's almost like a natural phenomenon. Everyone is capable of it. And now the entire world has fallen into despair.
In other words, if you see despair as the enemy, then your enemy is the world itself.
I just don't understand why.
We didn't ask you to try to understand. This was a tangent anyway, unrelated to the matter at hand.
Okay, so let's get back to the story.
It's just me or she
Hope's Peak
switching
had taken
faster
so
and faster.
much damage. You guys were the only survivors. The members of the 78th class of Hope's Peak Academy were the only ones left.
And then something super neat happened.
Headmaster
Now
came
pay
up with an idea.
attention, because this is important, and I'm only gonna say it once. So guess what? To protect everyone who had survived, Hope's Peak was transformed into a shelter. That's right. It was transformed into a shelter.
They said it twice. Good job.
I said it twice.
Now, someone was responsible for that transformation, for creating what would eventually become your prison.
This is the headmaster,
Do any of you know who that might have been?
obviously. One who turned Hope's Peak into a shelter and isolated us here.
I got it!
Anything
Could
for his
only
daughter, huh?
been the
Good for you,
headmaster
Pete.
of Hope's
They destroyed
Peak
the world because
Academy.
Junko didn't read their names. They gave her super chat.
He wanted to turn the school into a shelter to try and
Yeah,
protect
that
us.
sounds about right.
To protect us from the despair and tragedy taking place outside. That's why he asked us to make that promise. To say that we were willing to live in this school forever.
We believe he had something like that in mind, yes. If you, the collective hope of a new generation, could survive, maybe the world could have a fresh start.
Yeah, the headmaster put that much faith in you.
Man,
And because we had that
he must have
same
been
hope,
desperate.
that's why we all agreed to live here forever.
But creating the shelter was also his single biggest mistake. It's laughable, really. He was the headmaster, but he had no idea. He had no idea that we, the ultimate despair, had already made our way into the school. So what was supposed to be a shelter to keep you safe became a cage that made it impossible for you to escape despair. I have to say, it really helped me out a lot. It saved me a ton of time.
By the way, it was you yourselves who blocked off the windows, the doors, all the exits.
That's just salt in the
Under
wound,
the
isn't it?
headmaster's direction, you all went about your work like obedient little sheep.
You mean we trapped ourselves in here?
And then you forgot all about it and started bitching about how you were trapped in here.
You made it.
Once you'd finished building your little
like pressing the
shelter,
decision to make
it
the
was
ultimate
time
stoner
for
guy
me and
and the
Mukuro to
fanfic
get
guy.
to work.
Humanity's last hope.
And thus
Yeah.
began the killing game.
Me and Mukuro had come here, spending the last 2 years waiting for that moment.
That moment where you all began killing each other served as the climax of our global despair plan.
And the only reason you survived the tragedy was so that you could be a part of it.
You only let us live so we could go around killing each other? Is that what you're saying?
Why? Why would you do that?
She's nuts.
Because this was so much more than a simple high school death match. Rather, it was a method to hunt down and destroy every last remaining speck of hope in the world.
What are you saying?
Well, it would seem that there's a little bit left out there. A few souls unwilling to give up hope. So I thought I should show them, which is why
Well, why don't you tell me?
What the mastermind did to show everyone in the outside world. That was obviously this entire killing game. Hangman's Gambit. What? Hijack. Jake? No, couldn't get it. Cool. This is very. It's kind of weird. This is entirely just.
You're talking about you hijacking the airwaves, aren't you?
This is entirely just exposition. This is just a huge exposition dump, and like they're throwing in these little mini games that are super easy and straightforward, just to say, "Hey, this is a video game. We require input to make sure you're still here." Like, it's so weird.
That's exactly what I'm talking about. To show the world the murders taking place at this school, which was meant to be a symbol of hope.
That was the whole point of the ultimate despair. When I said climax, that was what I was talking about. The world watched as you fell into despair and began to kill each other one after another. Despair is as contagious as any disease. Any hope left turns to despair.
Isn't the power of television just amazing?
It would be super funny. Danganronpa endings were always huge lordoms. Good to know. But do you know what's interesting? The single worst thing that could have happened to our plan actually wasn't Makoto and Kyoko surviving. It was actually Kyoko dying, and then the three guys and Hina just living the rest of their lives. That would be the biggest kick in her plan, wouldn't it?
By the way, since we started broadcasting, a whole bunch of people have tried to come and rescue you.
Are you serious?
But utilizing the heavy weaponry I installed around the school grounds, I had no problem expelling them.
Yeah.
Expelled them?
I have to thank you all. They were a relentless bunch, refusing to give up on hope and trying to force their beliefs on the world.
Just as you did about
But
despair,
in the
no?
end, I was able to give them the final despair. Death.
So you just used us? To bring despair to everyone in the outside world?
Well, sure, but I also gave you a second chance at life, right? So it's like, give and take.
Give and take? You're so full of shit!
And there's a reason I
He
chose you
swore!
guys to survive when all the
Makoto
other
swore!
students
He's
were
not the
dropping
pure
like
little
flies.
boy I thought he was. My world is ended.
I mean, we built up 2 years of memories together. You were all my treasured classmates.
Sorry, that's a lie. I just figured you'd despair even more when you found out a friend had betrayed you.
Yeah, that sounds more accurate.
And that's the truth, which is what you wanted, right? So, does it make you feel utterly lost and hopeless?
Oh,
You
I have
solved
one
the
question.
mystery, but despair at the truth, right?
Are you going to kill yourself now?
Don't tell me. Did you seriously count on the possibility that we would solve your mystery?
And if we did, then what? Our final desire for creating this world of despair was so we could experience one last class trial. If you were bold enough to solve the mystery, only to discover that the truth was utterly hopeless, how would you react? What would you do?
See? Discovering the truth doesn't necessarily lead to a sense of hope.
No, but it
Truth
is
can be
still
full
the
of
desired
despair, too.
outcome.
Like right fucking now.
interesting you're saying this because I've heard a lot of people say the same thing. This game ended just this huge plot of not solving an actual mystery. Yeah, I mean, that's not necessarily a bad thing. I mean, I already figured out the mystery. There were in fact many mysteries in this game, so it's fine. It's I wouldn't have done it this way myself, and honestly, it is kind of a mark against it, but it's not a deal breaker. It's still a fun game, and I'm still enjoying it. So whatever. Truth, full of despair. That's
Not to mention, all those motives I talked about were totally meaningless. I mean,
Yeah.
with the world having ended and all.
pretty much. He
Meaningless?
said shit. He did.
Then we've been murdering each other for nothing?
Pretty much.
And think about it. You chose to lock yourselves up here, then started murdering each other to get out.
Actually, Cycle and Leon was meaningless. Mondo and Chihiro was meaningless. Sakura wasn't meaningless. Sakura was not meaningless at all. What was... And then the... What was the fourth case? Celeste. Yes, Celeste and those three were meaningless, yeah. And Sakura was actually the fourth case. Fifth case was also this. And literally nobody died, so yeah.
We weren't just random strangers either.
But still,
We
one
were
out of four
classmates.
of
We'd
four of
spent
the trials
2 years
wasn't...
together.
One out of four deaths wasn't pointless. Fourth case of Sakura's, yeah. I got that, yeah. We were classmates 2 years ago.
No, even I can't laugh at that.
Get it.
Jill's
Get it,
recently.
okay? You're totally awesome, right?
Rey
We did it
Mysterio, yeah.
already. So help us! I'll do anything! Just help me!
How do you do what?
Isn't begging for his life? Oh, how delightful! We've never witnessed such a travesty firsthand.
But I'm sorry to say, begging doesn't work on me. All I
don't
want
even
is
know what he's begging
despair,
for.
and there's no reason for it. And since there's no reason, there's no argument against it. There's just no understanding it. No
One frame of
argument,
serious,
no
Jill.
understanding. What better definition of ultimate despair could there be?
Wait, hold on. You've just been going on about whatever you feel like, but there's no real reason for us to believe anything you have to say.
Huh?
You say the world's fallen apart, but I haven't seen it for myself,
Hey, it's an argument against
so
despair.
I don't
It's hope.
acknowledge it. I don't accept it as the truth.
Until you see it with your own eyes. Truth and falsehood overlap one another.
If she brings up
In other
Schrodinger, I'm
words,
gonna...
You're not unlike
Damn
Schrodinger's
it!
cat right now. Is that what you're saying?
Ah!
If so, what then?
Are you saying you won't accept the truth until you can go outside and see for yourself? Well, you better not. You go out into that world and you're all gunners for sure.
Yeah, where'd you get all the
Trust me,
food from, bitch?
I'm not lying about any of this.
Where'd you get all the food from?
Well, even if it's all true, I refuse to give in. I refuse to lose to you.
Yeah.
For the sake of everyone you've killed.
Yeah, you go,
Huh?
Makoto.
Everyone I've killed? What are you talking about? You're the ones who killed them.
I didn't kill anyone. I simply gave you a little nudge in the right direction.
And that's all it took for you to start killing each other. You're nothing but bloodthirsty animals.
That's why anyone was murdered here, peasant.
Say what you want about hope, but we're all creatures of instinct, right? Despair comes naturally.
Hell yes! That's funny as shit!
No! This isn't just some game to us. It's murder! Plain and simple! You stole our memories, invented reasons for us to do it. You pushed us all into a corner! It's all your fault!
Yep.
You certainly have a talent for passing the buck, don't you? That must be your hope, huh? But we don't have much time left to keep up this banter. We have to draw things to a close soon.
What do you mean?
I'm talking about the vote, of course. You didn't forget about that little rule, did ya?
Okay.
Oh, and also, since this will be the last vote, I decided to change the rules.
What?
You guys so full of hope, and me so full of despair. I've decided to have you vote which one will be punished. If even one of you votes to punish Hope, well then, I'll consider that a win for me and punish everyone on the side of Hope.
Even if it's just one person?
Oh, but don't worry. I won't be voting, of course.
Even if you don't, you've still got the upper hand in all this.
Yeah.
It's okay. Nobody would actually vote to kill themselves, right?
Oh, let me just mention one more thing. When I win to punish you guys, you'll have to stay here till you grow old and die. No fighting, no killing. That's your punishment.
Ah, that's interesting.
You mean we'd
We'd have to just live here?
Ah, and this is
Just
where
make sure
the
let us
question
live.
comes in. Imagine
If
here
you're not
accidentally
happy with that,
pushing to punish
Then
Oakland.
go ahead and punish me. And make your way to the outside world.
Badly.
Enter a world fallen from grace, where only despair exists, where you'd likely be dead within a day.
What are you saying? So no matter what, we're doomed.
Wait a sec! I just got hit with an inspiration bomb! Dying of old age is boring as shit, right? The audience at home isn't gonna dig that at all! So, here's what'll happen. One of you will get to experience an instant, super impressive punishment!
What? You can't just...
Do you mean to say you'll execute one of us?
And I get to decide who's gonna have to suck it down! Makoto, you're up!
Yeah, I saw that one coming.
Yeah, you've been acting up, causing all kinds of trouble. I hate you!
So let me make this clear. Everyone has two choices in front of them. If a single person votes for Hope to be punished, then only Makoto will receive a harsh punishment, and the rest of you will live here in peace.
If, on the other hand, you desire to see us punished, then you must all leave this place.
Yep.
I will force you out, ensuring you all die horrible deaths in the outside world.
Okay, where's my punish
What I'm saying
despair
is,
button?
if you sacrifice Makoto, the rest of you will get to live out your lives.
Despair, 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 despair. It's not even close.
What?
Seriously.
Has your resolve
There is literally
softened?
no upside to
Have
being
you
here.
lost
To
confidence?
staying here.
Are you afraid
Except for
of
the
being
part that I mentioned
punished? Don't you have faith in your
earlier about
friends?
everybody staying here and
No!
being friends
that's
is kind
not
of
it.
per
It's okay.
kryptonite.
You're
But
right to be afraid.
at this point,
It
it's
would
absolutely the
seem
correct
all
thing
of
to do.
those
Is
around
just
you
get
have
out of here.
realized the futility of going against me.
Really?
Guys?
It's
What
so
if I out gang you up
beautiful.
right and go and
Your
beat the shit out of you?
lovely faces, eroded by despair, have come together as one.
Besides,
Well, that would be the plan,
Yoko,
anyways.
you could never betray your father, could you?
What?
I mean,
Your
the
father.
headmaster's only wish was that all of you would survive, right? That's why he tried to trap you all here after all. The least you can do is try to honor your dead father's wishes.
Kyoko!
One person's despair is enough to seal your fate. Isn't that just the most hopeless outcome ever?
So, who do you think's gonna give in? Whose despair is gonna sign your
It's
death
just the
warrant?
headmaster, right? I can do that.
No one. Nobody's gonna give in to despair!
Yeah!
We're not gonna lose to you!
Yeah!
So boring. Stubborn till the very end, huh? Well, that's fine. Then let's just hurry up and get it over with.
To be fair, though, if they did just gang up and beat the shit out of her, what are they going to do then? She has the Monokuma bots and all that stuff. So, if we killed her, then we'd still just be trapped in the school. Yeah, basically be the exact same scenario.
It's time for the final vote. Everything will come to an end. Your stupid hope. And your stupid life.
The final vote. This is it. The ultimate confrontation. I have to show everyone. I have to make them remember. I have to convince them not to give up. Aren't floor spears a thing? She got floor spears. She got floor spears, yeah. That's not really living at all. Make your argument. Okay, what do we got? Locker, group photo. I think the photo of Kyoko and the headmaster.
We won't give up. As long as there's hope, we'll never give up.
If I were to die, that would be the end of Hope's Peak Academy.
Great. I can
By the
shoot
way,
that.
The
That's
air
funny.
outside is totally polluted, you know.
Uh-huh.
The only
yeah,
reason
right.
we're okay in here is thanks to the air purifiers in the physics lab. If I die, the purifiers will screech to a halt. In other words, as soon as I die,
This is a hero
the
come
communal
causing
life
some
you've all
drama.
been living will come to an end.
Meh.
All of you will have to leave. You'll have to go into the world outside, where only death and despair are waiting. So, what are you gonna do? Will you just die? Is that what you want?
Oh, I can't actually throw a bullet at her. There's no... You were in this room. Oh shit, I don't have a time limit, but there's contagious like you say, then so is hope. I'll use my own hope to plant seeds of hope inside everyone else.
We won't give up.
Okay.
As long as there's hope, we'll never give up.
If I were to die,
Group photo?
that would be the end of Hope's Peak Academy. By the way,
What do we do?
the air outside is totally polluted, you know. The only reason we're okay in here is thanks to the air purifiers in the physics lab. If I die, the purifiers will screech to a halt. In other words, as soon as I die, the communal life you've all been living will come to an end.
Put down the point, please.
Meh.
What do you mean the point?
All of you will have to leave.
What do you mean
You'll
point?
have to go into the world outside, where only death and despair are waiting.
What point?
So, what are you gonna do? Will you just die? Is that what you want?
I don't know what to... Don't get this.
We won't give up.
I guess group photo, but...
As long as there's hope.
If I were
Oh,
to
hang
die,
on. I do have my own hope
that would
there.
be the end of Hope's
Oh,
Peak
hope.
Academy.
Hang on.
By the way,
Oh, shit.
the
I
air
didn't
outside is
do that.
totally polluted.
I'll
The
shoot
only
one of
reason is thanks to the
these
air
with the group photo just to see what happens. Yeah, I didn't think that would happen. Yo, Spots, may something funny
Shoot.
happens.
We won't give up. As long as there's hope, we'll never give up.
Okay,
I
so
were
I
to
now have a
die,
hope bullet.
That would be the end of Hope's Peak Academy.
What if I did this?
Don't
Okay.
lose hope now.
Okay, I get it.
All my fortune-telling senses are telling me not to leave this place.
You're only right 30% of the time.
But to live means moving forward, right?
Right.
So even if it's hard, even if we're scared, we don't have any choice, do we?
Yeah,
I want to keep on living. I want to open the next door. There must be something new waiting for me.
yeah.
So that's why, no matter what, I need to get out of here. The whole fortune-telling thing doesn't matter anymore. What matters is my own gut feelings.
We won't give up. As long as there's hope, we'll never give up.
If I were to die, that would be the end of Hope's Peak Academy.
I've decided to have faith in myself.
Yeah.
By the way, the arrow's the only reason
Is thanks to the air purifiers in the physics lab.
Don't lose hope now.
I've been thinking about all this. And I was thinking, at a time like this, what would Sakura do? You only get stronger by taking adversity by the horns. Confront that thorny path with enthusiasm. That sounds like something she'd say, right? No. I think that's definitely what she'd say. Which is why yeah! I've made up my mind!
Yeah, good for you, Hina.
We won't give up. As long as there's hope, we'll never give up.
If I were to die, that would be the end.
Alright.
By the
That's
way,
2 down.
The only reason is thanks to the say whatever you want. I've made my decision.
If I die, the purifiers will screech.
In other words, the communal life you've all been living.
Eh.
Don't lose hope now.
I don't care either way. I'm fine with whichever one is more interesting.
Okay.
Actually, I may not look like it, but I always hated school.
Yeah,
No
same.
matter how I look, still hate it. Oh, but no matter what, Master has to come along with us.
I'm sure he'll
We
be
won't
delighted.
give up. As long as there's hope, we'll never give up.
If I were to die, that would be the end.
Okay, so that's
By the way,
3
the
out
only
of
reason
4,
is
and
thanks
then
to the say
Kyoko.
whatever you want. If I die, in other words, the communal life you've all been.
I can keep on living as long as I have my master's love.
All of you will have to leave.
You'll have to go into the world outside.
Don't lose hope now.
Well, I followed them. Except for Kyoko.
What's the matter? You're not actually trying to encourage me, are you?
Yes.
Ridiculous. It never even crossed my mind that I might give in to despair. But don't misunderstand me. I couldn't care in the slightest what happens to you. I just have to keep my word. I swore I would end the life of the Mastermind. Besides, the Togami family isn't dead, because I'm still alive.
Hey.
So until I can
Everybody's
restore the
so
Togami
full.
family and bring it
Great how
greater
you
glory
usually
than
use
it's
your
ever
votes to
known.
find truth, and by doing that you steal somebody's faith, and then you're supposed to give hope to people. They're creating a future
We
for
won't
everybody.
give up.
Yeah.
As long as there's hope, we'll never give up.
If I were to die, that would be the end of Hope's Peak Academy.
I've decided to have.
By the way,
The air outside is totally.
the only reason we're okay in here is thanks to the say whatever you want. If I die, in other words, the communal life you've all. I can keep on living. All of you will have to. You'll have to go into the world outside.
I already said I would claim the mess.
So, what are you gonna do?
Will you just die?
I don't know. Okay. I had to check. Make sure.
Shoot!
I have to find a way to have, yeah. I have hope inside me. Yep.
We won't give up. As long as there's hope, we'll never give up.
If I were to die,
To be fair, I didn't realize that it was going again until it was already past the hope
only
part.
reason
So I
is
just
thanks
thought,
to
eh,
the
may as well
say
shoot
whatever you
something.
want. If I die, in other words, the communal life you've all. I can keep on living. All of you will have to. You'll have to go into the world outside.
I already said I would claim the mess.
So,
will you just die? Is
Bonk.
Don't lose hope now.
Come on, Kyoko. Seal her fate. She deserves it.
I didn't really know my father, so I can't pretend to know what he was thinking. But even if we're just connected by blood, there's one thing I am sure of. He would never want us to abandon Makoto and choose to stay here. I can't explain why exactly. But if I'm sure of anything, I'm sure of that. Just because we don't actually know anything, does that mean we can't understand?
What does that even mean?
Could it be that...
Ah, I see what
No,
yeah.
never mind.
You have the same
Makoto,
soul. You're bound
I
by
don't think
blood
you wound
and
up
soul.
at this school because you had good luck or bad luck.
Fate.
I think you came here for a different reason entirely.
Or the
You
ultimate
came
hope.
here to bring down the ultimate despair.
Oh.
You came here to confront despair without ever giving up. And if that's true, I think we could call you the ultimate hope. What do you think?
Aww.
What the hell are you?
The ultimate hope has been added to the truth bullet section of your handbook.
So uncool. Your stupid faces, the stupid things you've said, the stupid way you all treat each other. It's all so uncool.
Could it be that your
So
father loves you very much, Kyoko?
Shut up,
No
shut
way,
up,
right?
Shut up, shut up, shut up!
No.
Lame, 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 lame!
Hope is always cooler than despair. I'm not any kind of elite anything. Hope isn't a talent you develop, but still. But I still... okay. The moment of truth. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Okay.
You suck! What do you want? So uncool! You dare to stand against us? Hope is a joke. Who are you?
Your idiocy ends here.
I have no idea
You're
how I'm doing
gross.
this, by the way.
Suffer from despair.
I just love despair!
I have absolutely
You
no
suck.
idea how I'm doing
What
this,
do you
by the way.
want? So uncool.
You're unbearable!
Ah, damn it.
Hope is a joke. Who are you?
Would you like to die?
You're gross. Suffer from despair. Everything is pointless. Suffer from despair.
I just love despair!
Everything is pointless. No.
Final strike. The ultimate
Despair into tomorrow.
Hope keeps on going.
hope. Oh, got her.
I refuse to give up. I refuse to get bored. I refuse to throw it all away. I refuse to despair. Because all I have going for me is the desire to keep moving forward.
What's going on? What's happening?
You haven't broken nothing. Hey, 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 hey. I'm actually gonna get some C's here, aren't I? B, C, yeah. B, C. Oh, well, still got an A. Good enough for me. And I got medals. Yay.
It looks like we've reached the end. I think it may be time to vote.
Yeah, I think so too.
We
Baka.
just gotta pull the lever, right?
Please do.
Good. I'm ready to go.
Ladies and gents, we got her.
Let's put
Kick
an
store.
end to these trials. Put an end to the killing. With our own hands.
I'm proud of you. Aww. Who's found guilty? The answer is... Bong! Bye-bye, Junko.
The hell?
Indeed.
I lost?
I lost? Me?
Well, that's
No way!
just-
It can't be!
Um,
You still don't accept it? Even the ultimate despair herself is vulnerable to the onslaught of despair, it would seem.
What the heck?
But there's no use trying to fight it now.
Well, that's just totally the best.
Huh?
So this is despair.
We came to this school 2 years ago, created our incredibly detailed plan. I even killed my own sister for it.
And now
To come this far and fail at the very end?
true despair.
It was ultimately ultimate despair. What are you talking about?
And now
Don't you see? I was so hopelessly desperate. I was bored of the world the moment I was born. That's why I've been looking forward to this so desperately. This once-in-a-lifetime experience. It is my first and last colossal despair, here at the moment of death. I have the chance to taste of the highest grade despair, the utter failure of my dreams.
True despair.
I'm so hopelessly happy right now.
Huh?
Wait, is she enjoying this?
Anyway,
So are you prepared to admit defeat? You think I care whether I won or lost? Either way, it doesn't change a thing.
Totally the best!
Outside is only despair. Inside is only despair. No matter where you go, despair awaits you. That's not true.
Not possible.
You're wrong. Huh?
Don't make me repeat
Let
myself.
me tell you this right now. We no longer fear despair.
Okay.
Because we've decided to enter the outside world with hope. Yeah, Makoto totally seduced us over to his side. Everyone,
hey,
you said that despair is as contagious as any disease.
however,
But the same is true of hope. All you have to do is look at us to see how true that is. Kyoko.
No.
Stop it. Stop. I hate those faces you're making. To see those awful looks causes me nothing but pain.
There's one last
Fine.
thing.
Let me just say one last thing. If you guys want to get all hung up on the word hope, there's no skin off my nose. But just be warned. From this point on, one despair after another will stand in your way. No matter where you run, no matter where you hide. Maybe you'll find some hope, but there's a very fine line dividing that hope from bitter despair. Knowing that, you still plan to cling to your hope? Of course, because we...
It's
Shut up,
fine.
shut up. That was a rhetorical question. You interrupted my monologue. I'm almost done though, so whatever. Because it's almost punishment time, right?
it can't
Do
be.
you really intend to go through with this? That was the agreement, right? Hold on. It's not like I want you to die. You don't have to.
Stop it! Stop it! Stop it! Stop it!
What?
How many times do I have to tell you?
The act of living brings me no hope at all. All I want now is to taste that despair of death that you only get once in a life. So,
Don't get in my way.
well, here we go, boys and girls.
So this is how the despair of death feels. It's so wonderful. Even a tenth of this despair. Even 100th. I want every last soul on this planet to taste such despair.
Does she have the same voice
I
actor as
want the
Taco?
entire world to die with that despair in its mouth.
Sounds similar. You sly dog, you
Okay,
caught me monologuing.
Let's do this. I've reserved an extra special punishment for last. Let's give it everything we've got. It's punishment time!
Hey guys, it's punishment time. Coco has been found guilty. Time for the punishment. Oh, she didn't get dragged off. She walked off willingly. That's actually kind of funny. Hey Junko, your sister's prettier than you. She looks much better in your outfit than you do. Yeah, freckles are great. I like freckles. Ooh. All of the punishments are coming back for last. The ultimate punishment. The 1,000 blows. The cage of death. I think she does hear VA with Taco. Yeah. The burning of the Versailles Witch. Excavator Destroyer. Last off. I forgot about the excavator. After school lesson. There she goes. Emergency override. Sequel? Yes, sequel, probably. And that's how everything came to an end. Pop goes the weasel. The final class trial. Junko Enoshima, the ultimate despair. Life at Hope's Peak Academy. It was all over. Ultimate pain, ultimate suffering, ultimate despair, ultimate execution, ultimate death. Again. Monokuma hair tie. Aw. You want to save the data? Yes, I do. Is this going to be long? Because I kind of have to get out of here. Yes, I'm going to put a cut in this video. Thank you very much for watching. Like, subscribe, comment, favorite, all this stuff. Have a wonderful day. I'll see you next time.